Okay then, Helldivers, we are back. We've got loads to go over today as the Illuminate fleet strength is depleting, but not enough for us to win. We've got a brand new patch update fixing loads of things and even changing an armor passive. You're not going to want to miss out on this one. We have now, for some reason, got two major orders. Whether one was brought in a little bit too early, we have no idea, but the major order that we've got running up is about to end, and it seems like we may well be failing that one as well. It's a bit of a dark day for the Helldivers, that's for damn sure, but we're going to give you guys all of that information, as well as Yusuf Khatib, the game designer for the enemy race, has been over on Discord over the last few days of talking about quite a few things with regards to enemies that you guys have been asking about in game. So we're going to be giving you guys all of the info that you guys need to know about that one. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful like button and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. Make sure you check out our incredible sponsor, Instant Gaming, the platform where you can get your video games cheaper for PC and console with the best deals, offers, promotions, and discounts. And we're still doing the giveaway here on the channel. The announcement for this is tomorrow, so make sure you get involved with it. But if you want to get involved with it, make sure you head down to the comment section and stick a salute in the comments, and it'll enter you in. We're giving away the top bundle of super credits. You definitely don't want to miss it. With that being said, let's dive into the game and see what it is that's happening right now. Okay, so as I was actually editing this video, they actually put out a new hotfix into the game, changing the armor passives, fixes, and so much more. So we're going to dive into that one to begin with. This one's going to be a deep one, so let's get into it. So starting off, there was an overview for this one, and they actually have bug fixes, stability changes, crash fixes, and reinforced the passive adjustment for the epaulets. Now, this is a absolutely huge one. If we take a look at the armor passive change, it states right here that after hard-fought battles on Super Earth, our Masters of Ceremony have become more grizzled and stronger. With their limbs not suffering any breakages, Helldivers adorned with these armors are finding themselves able to reload faster and punch harder. We have been monitoring your feedback in regards to the armors and their passives, and we have made some adjustments to the Masters of Ceremony armor, adding 2 extra perks. They've added the increased reload speed of primary weapons by 30% and the increased melee damage by 50%. We will monitor sentiment around this and assess going forward. Now, this is absolutely huge because finally it makes a little bit more sense. With the armor coming from the Masters of Ceremony, there was a lot of melee weapons inside of it. So now they've actually added those things in. This for me is absolutely huge, and it's just such a good thing that they are finally looking into their armor passives and hopefully making some changes going forward. Let me know if you are happy with this one in the comment section below and whether you actually agree with it. As far as fixes goes, though, they have fixed a crash where they caused by browsing and interacting with the weapon customization menu too quickly. This has happened quite a lot, and it's happened a lot to me personally. So I know that this one's been a bit of a nightmare, but it appears that the weapon customization crash has now been rectified. And actually, when I think about it, I've not seen this problem happen for a few days now. On top of that, they have fixed the crashes regards to the takedown overship, the repel invasion fleet, and there was a crash that would occur when joining an ongoing repel invasion fleet. That's also been sorted. Some audio relations have been changed, and they've also made some other fixes as well. Now, with the enemies, though, the Leviathans no longer target power generators in enemy defenses. This is huge. This is so damn huge because it now means that in defense missions, they are actually going to be viable because those Leviathans were making it so nobody actively wanted to do those mission types. So that's now been struck off of the known issues list. With weapons and stratagems, though, they have fixed weapons not reloading after switching equipment while holding an active stratagem ball, and they fixed the ship damage to shields held by traitors. So again, very, very huge indeed. There were some miscellaneous changes which were in there as well, where like as Helldivers should no longer be branded traitors from civilians willingly stepping on mines, which was a really, really odd one. But I'm glad that they've got that sort of stuff sorted as well. You can see on screen the other changes for that one, but this is great. It's nice to know that they're making those small alterations in between the big patches, and they actually do make a big difference, such as the armor passive. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section to all of the changes here in this one. So starting off, we have got 2 major orders. This one makes absolutely no sense to me at all, but as you can see on screen, we can see right here that we have got 2 major orders in the midst, one of which is about to end for the 20 million extractions from Illuminate missions, and we've got a new one to kill 200 million automatons. This one is a very strange one because I have no idea where this has come from, and I don't think we've ever received 2 major orders at the same time. With that being said, though, there is a lot that's happening because there has been some changes. The DSS are nearing operational status where they can repair the DSS are nearly complete. However, materials needed to bring online are scarce, which is why we have to take out the automatons for the MO. On top of that, though, there is an offensive shift, which indicates that the Illuminate have shifted their forces to focus offensive efforts on York Supreme and taken their efforts off of equality on sea. This is really, really helpful because it means that we can now capitalize on equality on sea while the Illuminate forces aren't targeting there anymore, because we kind of need to hold at least one. This is an absolutely huge one because when it takes you over to the end of this could be very, very dark indeed. As we can see, the Illuminate fleet strength is at around a quarter of the way through, which means we've got around 25% remaining, which when we take that down to a time scheduling is not looking too great at all. So for me personally, I reckon we all attack on equality on sea while the Illuminate are weak there, and we can hopefully regain some strength. Because when we take a look at what's happening for the Major Order right now, we can see that we have to successfully extract from 20 million missions, and we've got around an hour and 30 minutes remaining on the clock for this, but completion time is at 4 hours and 30, meaning we're going to end this on around 97 to 98% completion, which is extremely, extremely frustrating. There's going to be another Major Order underneath our loss side, that's for damn sure. But when we take a further look into this, we can also see on the Helldivers companion app that we have got around 4 days remaining to be able to take what we've got on the Illuminate front. Now, the only issue with that is that the planet side amount that we actually have is 3 to 4 totaled. We have got 1 total planet location on the map, which is completely owned by Super Earth. The other 3 are half owned by the Illuminate, meaning that with 4 days remaining on the clock for this, we could well lose Super Earth as well at this ongoing rate, which is absolutely baffling. I have no idea what's going on here. Nonetheless, though, there has been some other information that's been posted up over the last few days that I did miss, and one person messaged me over on Discord with regards to a Q&A session that had happened with Yusuf Khatib. Now, Yusuf is the game designer for the enemy race. We can see that via the Helldivers 2 Heart of Democracy deep dive, as he did appear on screen throughout the information for the Leviathans and more. This is extremely, extremely hilarious because he goes on to talk about a lot of different things. People were asking what the gun limit actually is for the mounts on the Factory Strider. So essentially, as we move forward, how customizable and how big are these Factory Striders genuinely going to get? Now, Yusuf actually stated that it depends on which system we end up using and performance requirements, but generally around 5 would be where we need to do some backflips in order to add more. So I think at that point, that's probably where we have less Striders come through, but have more weapons on top of it. This is going to be absolutely incredible, but it does make me think as to what it is that they're actually utilizing, because it states right here, it depends on which systems they end up using. What does that mean? I have no idea whatsoever, but it is nice to know that the Factory Striders will cap at around 5 weapons on point. On top of that, though, people were also asking why the bunker turrets have high vis weak points. Why is it that we can't take them out easily like we can do with everything else, and we have to just use brute force? And Yusuf stated, you're not going to like the answer, but they are static and reinforced. But yeah, maybe we'll do something about that. So we might actually see some weak points come through to the bunker turrets, because if you are anything like me, I love the automatons now. I don't know when that turned around, for the record. If you guys have known the channel, I've absolutely hated them. But the bunker turrets are an absolute nightmare, and you have to outright brute force them, generally with a recaller's rifle or something quite heavy to that degree. There is no weak point that you can take this out a little bit quicker. So hopefully they do manage to work on something like that. We'll have to wait and see. But there was also some more. People were talking about customizations with armor. Now, obviously, that's not Yusuf's forte. That's not the area that he genuinely dives into, because he does work on the enemy race. And Yusuf stated right here that I work on enemies, mainly, so no idea really what's brewing there. The ongoing joke is that we have an arms race between enemy teams and weapon and armor folks, which is actually hilarious because it means that there's an internal war going on in the Arrowhead Studios with regards to actual content being built. Because for me personally, this is absolutely awesome because it means that the passion is still there, which generally means the development process for things when they're being designed will actually be top tier, because even though they're only trying to beat the person next to them, it means that they will try and make it as good as possible, or at least that's where I'm looking at. obviously this last war bond is definitely going against that curve, because my oh my, that thing was a little bit disgraceful. Also, they had the talk about flying enemies. Now, with the main Stingray and the Leviathan coming into play, a lot of people were asking what the favorite part of the update has been so far. Now, Yusuf was actually talking about this, and he states that I am very happy that we finally have more advanced flying enemies in the game, and hopefully we'll do more of that. I don't know if I want that to happen. I'm not going to lie to you. I think at this point the flying enemies are pretty much capped at their point, although what we can see on the Illuminate is that we do have Stingrays and we have the ginormous Leviathans, whereas in the Bug sector we only have the Shriekers, and in the Automaton sector we only have the ships that fly around as well. So we are missing out on one big area inside of the flying enemies for at least two of the factions. So we'll have to wait and see exactly how that one pans out and whether they actually add in additional to that one. Now, taking a look at your top comments, we've got a lot to go over because there was some interesting stuff inside of this, and we were talking about the idea of tier 6 ship modules coming into play based on the development live stream that they actually did, and a podcast that they actually ran through where they spoke about indoor missions and modified bugs such as Shriekers that would pick you up. This was a very interesting one, and if you haven't seen that, you do need to make sure you go and check it out. It was definitely a good watch. But we've got our top comments from this video, and it states right here, I wonder when enemies getting stuck and walking through the ground and walls all the time will get added to the known issues. It's probably the biggest problem with the Illuminate as they are right now. And yes, actually, the way that they are clipping through walls and through floors is becoming a little bit tiresome, and it's not even on the known issues list, which is something which is extremely frustrating because I'm not too sure whether they're acknowledging it properly. I'm going to be getting hold of support team later on today, so I will make sure that I pass that message forward. On top of that, this next one states right here, tier 6 ship module chair. Yes. Okay, so apparently the chair is really getting some acknowledgement right now. This next Reddit Sunday is going to be an interesting one, as I've been seeing exactly what you guys have been building, so you don't want to miss out for the Sunday one. My lord, the Reddit is right now in a really, really weird space. The link's in the description if you want to get involved. This next one states right here, I want a shooting range on the ship that let us test the weapons. Now, my only problem with this, and the only thing that I will say against this, is that yes, this is a very cool idea, but would you prefer them to spend their time on a shooting range and developing the content for that so that you can practice with a weapon every once in a while, or would you rather them focus on developing new weapons or new content and new locations with new missions? I know what I would rather prefer, and sometimes it is a basis of would you rather this or that, and this is definitely one of them. Some of the cool cosmetic things that are on the ship, I definitely want to see some customizables, but would I want to see them spend so much time on a shooting range? Probably not for me personally, but I know a lot of you guys do. So let me know in the comment section if you are for this or against it. With that being said, though, unfortunately, that's all we've got time for today. Thank you so much again for watching, guys. If you smash that beautiful blue thumbs up and subscribe with post notifications turned on, we will be live tomorrow running back in. Thanks again for watching. Appreciate you all. And as always, I'll see you in the clouds.